Guys, welcome back to Umineko. Certainly the body can outlast without nothing more than a small breakfast, but of course we understand, still as time passes it will get darker and darker out. Sorry guys, it's probably at its brightest now. It's the most convenient time. Only about an hour has passed since Rosa-san was attacked. This is simply too reckless. It's only natural that Natsuhi was yelling about recklessness. After all, Rudolph had said that he was going to the mansion to get food. Certainly, on top of their fatigue, their hunger was tormenting them. In the beginning, a mild level of hunger had been just what they needed to fight off drowsiness. However, it now just made their minds hazy since it was still only midday, and their bodies felt like they were reaching their limits. The thoughts of going to the kitchen in the mansion and bringing back some food certainly was attractive. I'm opposed to this. It may be a little rough, but we definitely shouldn't leave this place. Don't worry about us, but it would be a pain in my heart to keep the children hungry. I must be responsible as a parent. You are now that father is dead, you are the Usha my family head. It's not permissible for you to take on such danger. You're right. It's like Natsuhi-san says, Cross-san, you should remain here as our leader. Then he will go to the mansion. I think it should be Kari and me and Hideyoshi-san too. Hideyoshi-san and I have guns, so they shouldn't be able to lay a hand on us that easily. Rosa-san knows how to gun, but she was attacked. It would only be dangerous. When I went out to check on Rosa, Mirage and I had a gun, but I wasn't so long, and yet I wasn't attacked. Maybe they'll be cautious if their opponent is a man. We'll have 2 men, and even 2 guns. Those 2 will act as guards and will transport our cargo using a cart. I believe the situation would be significantly different when it was for Rosa-san. If you're counting on me because I'm a man, I'd be happy to help. I may not look it, but I'm built up pretty strong from pushing food stands around. Leave it heavy lifting to me. You men can devote yourselves to guarding. There's a folding cart in the servant room, and using that, I should be able to handle carrying the food. Of course, we'll be careful, and if we could succeed in this adventure just once, there won't be any need for us to take risks again. Is there any way I could get you to rethink this? It may be painful if I went to deal with empty stomachs, but even so, we do not know what is happening outside now. We'll take care, and he was feeling pretty darn bad right now. We can't let her stay hungry. If her stomach's empty, she can't take her medicine. I have to go for Eva's sake as well. How is Eva? She looks like she's finally gotten to sleep. She has a high fever. It's just leave her be for a while. You can't just stand still when it comes to your wife's health. Understood. I'll give you permission to go outside. Then we'll take a little trip there and back. A speed contest. Canned food's okay, right? You have at least a can opener here, don't you? Yes, we have a can opener and a bottle opener. There's running water in the guest house, so we won't need anything to drink. We need to get 10 people's worth, so I'm not being picky about what you get. Alright, why don't we dash out and bring it back quickly? There's no time to open umbrellas. See you, and Nikki, I'll trust you look out for this place. Take care. Under normal circumstances, I'd want to go too. Being a man, I despise how this title of the oldest brother prevents me from lending a hand in an emergency like this. It's about the only time we get to show off. Sit back and take it easy every once in a while, Aniki. Okay, Natsuhi-san, wait here and get some towels ready or something. We aren't using our umbrellas, so we'll be soaked to the bone when we get back. Understood. Take care. Rudolph, Kari, and Yoshi each leaving their own brave words behind at the lobby. Compared to the time Rosa and Nora had gone outside, the winds were much stronger. Rudolph's group of 3 people jogged through the rose garden without umbrellas, holding their guns in a folded cart. If they hadn't been still and quiet without the wind and rain, they would probably have kept their ears open and moved with caution. But in this rain, even if some suspicious person was hiding nearby, it would be too difficult to them to notice them. Because of that, Rudolph's planned to instead dash through the dangerous area. If there was a chance that their opponent was equipped with a gun and walking slowly with their guard up would only make them targets. Taking swift action is probably the correct choice. In Rose Garden, it feels like we're just asking to be attacked. Please let me know when to come out of there. And as Rudolph and History continued to run, they looked around restlessly, vigilant of their surroundings. Rose memorized deaths were not caused by a projectile weapon. However, it was easy to suspect that the servants had been killed in such a manner. When they come find out the dark, or they take careful aim and snipe from the shadows, either way they couldn't relax their attention for even an instant. But even so, when they reached the overhang in front of the entrance dimension and escaped the reach of the raindrops, they felt themselves breathing a sigh of relief. No problem for the first step, unlike how it was for Rosa's son. Maybe they can get their hands on us easily. I like to believe that. Carrie unlocked the door while we keep lookout. Sure, returning home to the mansion with a pair of SPs refilled just like an executive. Well, haha, we had a welcoming party of servants at the red carpet to be perfect. A welcoming party, huh? You never know. Be careful. As Stu cautiously surveyed their surroundings, Carrie unlocked the entrance that the master key should have been given. It's open. Hideyoshi-san, could you take the front? I'll keep an eye on the rear. Understood. Kari, try not to move from my shadow. Okay, let's break in. Rear guard, or is that covering? Aw, man. Oh, man, and even in a situation like this, you're just playing around, aren't you? Keep it up, that's how men are. Seriously, though, the stench is awful. It felt like the air in the mansion was stagnant with a gloomy silence, and on top of that, it was still thick with the stench of Kenzo's burnt corpse in the boiler room. And they were stuck with an uncontrollable desire to leave the mansion. No problems in the front, just a short dash to the kitchen. Let's finish this quickly and head home. This still suit the fumigated with dead stench. The three of them dashed towards the kitchen. And after they disappeared, Ninja saw that Witch appeared there. They were lured out just as planned as they got caught in my trap. The witch grinned. Thinking about it now, no matter how unbearable their hunger had grown, it hadn't even been a few hours since Rosa and Mariah had been intact and had lost their lives. In that case, why had they needed to recklessly leave the guest house until that question could be dealt with? The only answer was that they had been called out by the witches and magic. With reckless people, they'll never leave this mansion alive. Seal yourself, Locke, seal yourself in the mansion. In the instant she proclaimed that, the mansion was sealed off into a separate world. Unless her barrier was undone, no longer would anyone be able to exit this dimension or enter it. Spectacular to think that even though barely half a day has passed since you succeeded the endless witch can use magic as well. That talent surprises me. It's almost as though you were born a witch. Well, I've been a witch since the time of my birth. Who taught you how to blink? That's what using magic is like for me. What a fearsome person. The witch's face twisted with brutality. She just couldn't help looking forward to toying with someone's life again. Well then, yeah. First up, it's Rudolph and Carrie, but in a cruel way. Should I kill them? If you don't mind me saying, your predecessor somehow set this judges that you are to restrain yourself from committing murders of unnecessary cruelty, and there's an etiquette for offering the sacrifices from before twilight onwards. For that you must borrow the power of the seven sisters of purgatory. Oh, really? Now that you mentioned this, right, I could only play as I like with that, which I could only play as I like with that second Twilight. Okay, boring. I just when I thought I could play the Mars Contend like I did with Rosa. And it only counts for how they're killed in the end, right? Meaning I could just kill them however I want over and over and get it right. I mean, I followed the epitaph during the last time I killed them, right? So in the end, no matter how I play it, this is a problem. Who'd have to well behave with an entertaining power like this? Her absurd argument was threatening this witch, an extremely valuable one. The etiquette that controlled the men of killing the sacrifices of the fourth Twilight and onward was represented by lines like gouge the head. However, that referred to the way those people died in the end. In other words, the process of leading up to that, she was free to tease and kill them however she wanted. She had just had to keep on reviving them and follow the rules when she killed them the final time. The ruin of felt that her instant cruelty was part of her talent as a witch. She was beginning to notice it innately brutal side of her. They do say that princesses are the most brutal of witches, and now I see this may be true. Do as you wish is what I would like to say, but here maybe actually be wiser to show restraint. They have guns. Weapons with a high anti-magic power such as guns are natural enemies of witches and demons. The witch there blanket this demon butler who is surprisingly afraid of guns. That can't be right. Shouldn't witches be able to take a shot and pull it easily? No, it would be just as fatal for a witch as it would be for a normal human. To prevent that weak point from being noticed, most witches rigorously strengthen their guard with the defense of protective barriers and furniture. Do I have any of those protective barrier things? Constructing a barrier to making a gun bullets and effective requires much in the way of preparation and ceremonies. I'm afraid to say that beef just I'm curling has none of those. Furthermore, you're currently prepared to summon furniture strong enough to block a bullet. So even though I become a great witch with this much magical power, I really do have to be afraid of lead bullets. It's annoying, but I don't have a choice. So in that case, should I call some furniture to act as my arms and legs? Yes, leaving nothing to your servants while not exposing yourself to danger is also part of a witch's refined taste. Be it yourself, I'll leave this to the furniture and hide in a safe place. I get it. I call in the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. I don't care who, you need to. Leviathan and Belphegor respond to that call. Leviathan, I'm envy right here. Belphegor, Sloth right here. Show me your power. Your targets are Rudolph and Kyrie. Don't attack Hideyoshi. Come on, show me just how cruel you can be, furniture. My apologies, but we received orders from the predecessor summon to refrain from unnecessarily cruel actions. But I think the predecessor summon's order does give us some leeway to tease them. You still want to go through with it? I get it, I'll compromise. Don't let them die easily. Thoroughly corner them and let them taste the fear of death before killing them. Will that be okay, Runoff? Yes, depending on the degree, I do not believe there will be a problem. Then go. Yes, leave it to us. Your opponents are armed with guns. For those such as you, dodging them should be easy, but if you're hit, their wounds will be fatal. Proceed with an appropriate level of caution. Don't worry, you're not that incompetent. The two sisters of Purgatory vanished. Runa bowed and vanished himself. There is even rules on how to kill them. Why do I have to be constrained by my predecessor, Sama? It's so rigid and boring. As the witch looked up at the portrait of the predecessor, Beatrice hung in the hall, she cursed. The three people had already arrived at the kitchen and were gathering food supplies. Considering the possibility of poison, they gave up their alluring fruits and vegetables and gathered a whole cardboard box full of only the safe canned foods. It was very heavy, but piling on the cart, they could carry it well enough. There should be more than enough for people to hold out until tomorrow's breakfast. That should carry them until the boat arrives. The two men were supposed to be focused solely on guard duty, but the weight of the load was stuck on Kari, even with the cart. Hideyoshi wanted to show off his power, switched to the cart pusher, and Rudolph and his wife took up the task of guard duty. With all this, even George and the kids will be full. The trip will be a picnic, so let's go. When Hideyoshi vigorously announced their departure, Kari frowned and seemed to be gazing into the distance. There was a wall in that direction. No, if her gaze could go through that, there was the main hall beyond it. What is it, Kari? It's vague, but I've got a bad feeling gnawing at me. Kari stopped walking, narrowed her eyes even further. Woman intuition. At times like this, Kari's intuition often remains true, even when she didn't have a logical reason. Rudolph believed in her intuition. Yeah, someone's probably waiting to ambush us. I didn't sense them before, but just though I felt it, just though someone set up an ambush for us, then there's no reason to go back the way we came. There's a back door over there, right? Let's go that way. Rudolph went to unlock the back door when the goods were carried to the kitchen and never passed to the part I mentioned that the family came and went from. So outside the back door, there's probably a ramp used to carrying things. Surely they would be able to leave through there with the cart. What the heck? It's stuck. Damn, what's going on? Can't you open it? Nope. Is it broken? It isn't giving an inch. Rudolph tried various days, first using force and then coaxing it. But the luck was hard as stone and didn't even budge. Don't force it, let's leave through the front entrance. Right now it'll be even worse if you're standing here and wasting time. You think it's a trap? I don't know. Be careful. With striking expressions, the three of them returned to the hall again, headed for the entrance. Who is it? Entered the exit to the hall. Rudolph noticed a suspicious shadow right in front of them and yelled. In that instant, a storm of gold leaves started blowing and the gold butterflies covered the area with a gold color. I can't believe it. A lowly human predicted our ambush. It isn't my fault. I was hiding my presence. Don't hesitate. Fire. The two guys spotted fire. The lead bullets blasted right through the magical defense of the Paris, easy as though it were wet paper wall. But two figures should have been there and disappeared. Certainly guns were frightening objects for them, but there was no need to fear as long as they weren't hit. They at least had enough speed to dodge those. Wait a sec, you won't even give us a chance to say our names. The This is why I hate humans. Leviathan was a full 10 minutes from where she had supposedly been, popping her head out from beyond the pillars in the shadow of the staircase, protesting. In accordance with Beatrice's orders, we will hunt you down. Our orders to tell us to wake you sometime and tease you. You're free to resist, but no, that will be useless. That voice came from overhead. Belphegor could be seen on top of the hall chandelier. Elegantly looking down upon them, she would proclaim her execution with a cruel smile. What are these girls? Forget the car. We had to upon Sophie split up and chase all of us. All three of them were well acquainted with the inside of the mansion, and the curious of a cross as they applied to run off in several directions, returning to the guest house. A brick and windows leading to a back door. Fighting was forbidden as long as they could fully escape. Ha! Natasha's body gave it its victory. The three of them ran into the depths of the mansion as a full tilt. That part of furniture calmly watched them go. I'll kill the woman, you take the man. Understood. The furniture in the shadows of the pillars and on the chandelier made their figures explode, and leaving behind only the soup of the hopping beetle knocking against the wall. They persuaded their respective targets. Their speed was overwhelming, and they easily blocked the others' path to retreat. Let's see what this furniture's got. I hope they're at least able to amuse me. Beatrice, I may not be prudent for to reveal your form unnecessarily, and you don't unnecessarily move your king away from the center as part of a monarch's and the witch's dignity. Belphegor is already blocking the way in front of Rudolph, who have boldly tried to escape to the second floor. It's useless to try and resist or escape. You don't need to think about anything. Just close your eyes. I'll gently end it all for you. You'd make a good wife. Husbands love to hear the kind of thing when they'll come home all tired. To think you're still relaxed enough to speak with such insolence at a time like this. But just time I thank you for the excellent prayer. Die. Rudolph shot first, but even before a bullet could hit her, Belphegor had already moved beyond Rudolph's back, and she raised a purple curve springing out from her arm. However, incredibly, before the arm could decapitate Rudolph, he had swung his gun behind him. The barrel remained pointing behind his back in the same motion with which he had reloaded the sawed-off gun one-handedly, and his bullet right above Belphegor's chest clipped along, which is suddenly empty. The ejected empty cartridge finally hitting the wall before to the reload. In other words, it meant that the next shot was already fully loaded. Without turning around, his gun pointing right at the Belphegor's chest, Rudolph grinned. Not bad for a middle-aged man. You don't look down on this generation that loves old westerns, okay? You brats don't know anything about the refinement of a lever action. Just like Rudolph, Kai was also confronted by a demon stick in the first floor corridor. What or more, you could have just escaped with your husband. You didn't know that was your final farewell just now, right? Giggle. Don't worry, this cut-off thing has a specialty. I'm sure he'll come for me on a white horse soon, because he never failed to come and save me when I'm in trouble, not even when Asuma's son was around. What a happy couple, I'm jealous. I am a Leviathan of envy. Envy itself is my power, and my anger and my lifeblood. I agree, envy is the source of a woman's power, and if that is power, I'm only for a girl like you. Haha, imagine saying that to a one who governs envy. You actually think I'll let you two be reunited? Haha, I'll give you a tragic farewell. The arm Leviathan swung was trailed by a purple curve with a magic blade that cut with the power of malice. Kari blocked it with her gun. Even though the magic blade should have cut through the metal like butter, the gun was this extremely high magic resistant power. It was able to block the blade as easily as if it was a rolled up newspaper. Rapidly, 2-3 times, just blocked all of them. And without missing the upwinding created when that purple curve took a swing upward, Kari kicked the Leviathan in her stomach with her heel. The fine thing was knocked away like a lightly dancing feather. Before the demon's feet touched the ground again, Kari was already pointing her gun directly at Leviathan in midair. From that position, the two women who had called envy a form of power met each other's gaze. Couldn't you do it? Can you pull that trigger? I can be brutal when my husband isn't around. Wow. Rudolph tumbled down the staircase. He'd be gradually cornered by Belphegor, and then pushed back into the main hall they'd started from. The predecessor of someone's furniture is pretty good. They aren't very flashy, though. Beatrice Sama, and is it over yet? And this thing just destroy yourself. Don't tell me you're Eva. That used to be my name, but it's different now, Rudolph. You don't have to tell me. You're going to say you're the Golden Witch, Beatrice, right? Yeah, how did you know? Since the time Rosa was killed, I had a vague idea. Rosa, forgive me for sending the sister you hit it down the hell you're in. We just on the lookout. Rudolph must have sleep pointing the gun of his gun to which you couldn't have once been his sister. But Belphegor would not permit that and attacked savagely. She dashed, disappeared, and headed for Rudolph's back. She dodged that shot and headed for Rudolph's back, and vanished over and over, instantly moving into Rudolph's blind spots. It was almost like she was a fairy, and as she blinked in and out of vision, Belphegor insistently drove towards Rudolph. Maybe this is kind of fun. Rudolph, let me sit back and watch to see how long your brave efforts last you. Cackle, cackle. After that time, there was a dull, tearing sound along with Rudolph's cry of anguish. Rudolph's reaction to the dance of the purple curve that pressed upon him had finally been too slow, and he let it lightly cut his flank. That single wound slowed him down just once. That led to a new wound, which slowed his actions again. Belphegor's stance began to swallow Rudolph whole, watching Rudolph's body gradually get carved up. His former sister let out a shrill laugh. My father could no longer hide her irritation that carried and suffered a single fatal wound. I really am a moron. Among the seven sisters, I was always the slowest to grow. I was always slow, always weak, always stupid. The inferior complex began me invade, and when I converted that into power, I gained strength greater than that in any of the sisters. It's important for young girls to have a moderate inferiority complex. It teaches women about cosmetics and hard work. I don't like having to use the limits of my power against humans, but I can turn my envy of your ability to trust completely in your husband's power. I don't like it. Why are you so relaxed when you're fighting for your life? I wonder. I get it. You're fully convinced that your husband will come to your rescue and save you. Is it incredible that your trust of yours is enough to make me jealous? What kind of trust do we sisters have for each other? The sisters are always looking down on each other, trying to thoroughly lambast each other when things already look bad. I have always been bullied by my sisters. I have always wanted just one person to take my side. So when I see you with a single ally who's completely trustworthy, I feel the strongest envy. That comes an expression of utter belief in your husband. I can feel it giving me power. I might even suppress that, the speed of our sound. The fire then turned herself into a stake at the speed of her flight, as she attacked was proportional to the strength of her envy. Since the day my sisters looked down on me, I was jealous, but by my heart of the other six who grew quickly. I was jealous for 7 days and 7 nights. You can see the power I gained as a result of my speed. Eva, Kyrie. The demon stake explodes her true form, leaping about at a terrible speed. Then notice from her bouncing off the walls, sounding like a machine gun. By now, Kyrie probably couldn't tell if it was a single stick or a swarm of beetles, flying her and bouncing around. The fighting thing was over, and 100% of her victory believing it, and from the bottom of her heart. Then Kyrie spoke with an unbelievably calm voice. I was the one who went out of there, Rudolph's son first. Assuming the son blatantly cut in between us and assuredly got pregnant. What? I don't blame Rudolph's son. The woman used her body as a weapon to seduce him and then acted even more repulsively, covering her in Rudolph's son and forcing him to get into her. Assuming the son had been carrying Battler Khan, and at the same time I was also carrying the boy. As fate would have it, our delivery dates were on the same day. And Asuma's son gave birth to Battler Khan, but I had a miscarriage. I think about it sometimes. What if Asuma's son had a miscarriage and I had been known to give birth? Would Rudolph's son have broken off his engagement and married me? But I couldn't give birth to my child, so until Asuma's son died, and until I got pregnant with Ange, I cursed Asuma's son and was jealous. Let Asuma's son die, then I wanted him to marry me, and I envy. I kept cursing like that over and over until Asuma's son finally died. I was certain I used the power of magic to curse and kill Asuma's son. But that didn't quell the flames of my envy. Don't tell anyone, okay? Every time I look at Battler Khan, I remember that woman. Every single time I look at him, I think that if only my child had been born, he would be the same age. I'm so jealous of her, tormented by her. Even now, from now on to the future for all eternity. You see, we were jealous of your sisters for 7 days and 7 nights. But that's right. Don't make me laugh, little girl. How could you understand the madness of a woman whose man was stolen from her and he's been burned with envy for 18 years? If the fighting had the power, not 24 hours, 7 days, or 260 hours of speed, and the power that Kari had piled up was 24 hours in 1 day, 365 days in 1 year, and 18 whole years. Even without counting leap years, that was 157,680 hours. And when compared to Leviathan's power and speed, it was more than 938 times greater. So even if Leviathan could soar up the speed of 1,225 kilometers an hour, the Kyrie's size, it only looked like 1 out of 938 of that, which means that 1,225 divided by 938 is a speed of 1.30 kilometers an hour. They say humans' walking speed is about 4 kilometers an hour, so it was even less than half of that. This is almost the same speed as a baby crawling on the floor, which means in the time it took the demon to stick and move at pace so slowly you could count all the bits of dust floating into the air, Kari looked at it with pity. She pitied the slowness at which she came towards her. Then she lazily raised the barrel of her gun, almost as though she was trying to swallow the demon's stake up with the gun barrel. Completely lacking both romance and envy. Try harder next time, little girl. What happened to all that vigor from a couple seconds ago? You're supposed to slice up a fish while it's still flopping around. After it dies, it isn't interesting anymore. That's enough. I don't kill you now. Damn it. I'm surprised you mentioned her the song after being carved up. That's enough. From now on, you don't need to think about anything. I'll steal away your life painlessly. Wait, there's a favor I'm going to ask. At the very end, I want to do one of those. What do you mean one of those? You know the thing you see in all westerns. We start with our backs together, walk 3 steps, and then bang. A duel. Very well. And that will satisfy your regrets, I'll accept. Rudolph moved his wound-covered body and turned his back to her. Belphegor responded and turned his back to his. Belphegor had an honest nature that was uncommon in the witch's furniture. Let me warn you, even if you press the barrel of your gun between my eyebrows, I can move instantaneously, even faster. Then you can pull the trigger and have the bullet reach for the skull. Yeah, I can feel that already. You're faster than the bullet. I have agreed to this. I respect for your courage to challenge me to a duel despite that knowledge. Thank me. Well, you're an honest and principled person and a good woman. You might just steal my heart away. Let's begin. 3 steps will do fine, yes. First, 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. Is that okay? Yep. And since you haven't noticed after walking down 3 steps, it's by victory, miss. What? Rudolph turned around and fired a bullet. However, Belphegor could easily see through the speed and trajectory of a bullet like that. It should have been no problem at all to dodge it. But as bare fresh blood flew out, or about, Belphegor had to set up an adequate magical defense barrier. But before an incarnation of magical powers such as that bullet was completely meaningless. What are you doing? Why'd you get hit? The bullet had hit Belphegor right in the chest. The pain from the lead caused her a grimace as did the pain from the dental magic. Forgive me, I'm a coward of a man. What a killjoy to think that friendship of which could be defeated by a human. I know you're ashamed, worthless, pathetic. If only you just grovel and die. Quit it, Anarchy. She could have dodged it, but she didn't. She realized that you were in the line of fire, Anarchy, so this faithful girl took it without dodging, protecting you. And at the very end, she saw that I was pinning the rook and the king. This is spectacular. Don't hate me for it. I plan to resign if you noticed that while you're taking those 3 steps. You added those 3 steps out of consideration for condemning you. I didn't even try to think about it. I was lazy. You are a good woman. Go to heaven before me and get yourself all made up. I'll definitely come and chat you up. As Belphegor slowly fell over and she even lost the power that kept her in human form, as she grew small like a gold dust melting into thin air. At that point, Kari dashed in, and seeing that she had somehow defeated her persuader by her own hands. As she departed the barrel of her gun, shot up the witch as she ran up to the wounds-covered Rudolph. "Are you okay? Were you chatting someone up just now?" "Yep, a good woman. No match for you, of course." "Sorry, Hanaki. It's checkmate." The two of them pinned the witch down the barrels with their guns. Worthless furniture. The thing they're beaten by a human opponent is worthless, stupid, boring. Beatrice, somehow we should retreat for now. There is no furniture barrier to guard us against these bullets. He cackle. The witch began to let out a muffled laugh. It surprised out and Rudolph had carried Bowden of as well, because a situation like this, with two guns pointed at her, was not one that even the witch could just laugh off, but the witch laughed with pleasure. Well, it was so unnatural that the predecessors Samas were not furniture couldn't do it. I needed to get new furniture that's suitable for me. I used them out of obligation, but I've always hated the second-hand stuff. As she said that, she looked down at Belphegor's remains, which had already been finished, turned into a pile of gold dust with disgust. "I don't know why you're talking about. Be a good girl and put your hands up." Then the witch obediently raised her hands. Sorry about that, guys. When she raised her hands because she was a gun being pointed at her, it looked more like she was a conductor facing an orchestra, waving her conductor's baton. "Mama Ray's furniture is suitable for me, not that cheap furniture, much stronger ones. Cruel ones." Stop this bizarre act. I'll pull the trigger. In response to the witch's call, the hall was once again buried with the color of gold. As the brilliant, radiant gold butterflies danced, they felt as though they were being sucked into an ocean of gold leaf. Luna was shocked at this surge of magical power. After all, it far surpassed that of his former master. As their eyes was dazzled with the mystic golden flash, a gunshot could be heard. Either Rudolph or Kari had fired around. And when the golden flash subsided, at the very least, the witch was standing there looking cool and composed. A bullet, Kari must have fired it into her, but the witch had not been hit anywhere on her body. There it is, the bullet having fastened the air right in front of the witch's chest. A bulletproof barrier, and instead of barrier that... I got hiccups now. Sorry, guys. Anyway... An instant barrier would realize this would require a significant amount of preparation, even if her predecessor had been. Ronald's face was twisted in shock, and surprised that not in there. Maybe it's the goat heads or something, I don't know. The clutter of gold butterflies that created two humanoid forms. It was furniture summoning. Ooh, two new people. The butterflies peeled off and flew away, and beneath them furniture in the shape of girls showed themselves. The Cheester sister corpse. Even their predecessor was able to summon Pendant Dragon's memorial troops on a moment's notice and to do so easily. Cheester 410 right here. Cheester 45 right here. You two are suitable furniture for me, I take it. From reading a picture book out loud to go on a date to shoot you down meteorites, we'll take care of anything needy. If we don't take care of it, Pendragon somehow will get mad at us. Please, your orders, great Lady Beatrice. Rudolph's silence round for it when the match for these ones. Sure, Kari definitely heard one of the sirens going off in her head. Thanks to the same feelings that alerted her to the ambush by the seven sisters of purgatory, without hesitation, they escaped. As the witch elegantly watched them leave, she commanded her new furniture. This is an order. Kill the two who run away. Then bring the corpses back here. I'll bring them back to life and put them over and over. Cackle. The witch's expression twisted to an evil smile, even though she feared that expression, Lucifer appeared and spoke. Forgive me for my presumption, but the predecessor someone that you avoid brutal actions of that sort. When the witch stared at her with those terrifying eyes, Lucifer was struck down. She was frustrated. It was so boring that being let her own power and cruelty run wild. This annoying furniture, the predecessor kept telling her how to show restraint, bringing her irritation to a peak. Oh, Lucifer pride, long time no see. Yeah, how you doing? Let's play together sometime. You must have whispered 4110 or 410, whatever. You'll get in trouble. Let us carry out the great Lady Beatrice's orders at once. Well, yeah, we're on the job right now. 410, Roger that. Preparing for sniper and pursuit combat. Accumulating terrain data. Accumulating data for firing. Data link with 410. 410 data received, target lock acquired, commencing terrain calculator error correction, formulating firing curve, supplement control point calculations complete, data link to 45. 45 data received, checking hazard zone, that's no good. Lucifer Chen, better get out from behind us or you'll get roasted by backblast. Yeah. Thanks to their pair measurements, the Chester sisters were able to instantly calculate the terrain throughout the dimension and the coordinates of the targets, as well as their fire and curved region. And so that the shot should be guided to follow a curved line none could escape. The precision guidance used by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory was nothing more than a cheap knockoff of the ability these two held. 45 firing preparations concluded, animal types selected and loaded. As the two of them faced each other, it was as though they were both pulling back a bowstring together. A dazzling gold arrow was ready there. 410 knee firing. After giving that announcement, they released a single arrow together. As the path to give out the gold sparkling snake of light drew a curve, it followed the direction that Rudolph and Gary had escaped into very rapid pursuit. It turned through corridors, crawled over the floor, chased and then was a beautiful curve. No one could block the guided shots of the Chester sisters. No one could escape on them, and their strength could pierce all physical and magical defenses. It was quite a merciless, guided weapon of certain death. However, among mystical class soldiers, it was a weapon used by pretty much everyone. It's very commonplace for them and very extraordinary for those of the everyday world. But when he noticed them rapidly chasing them and turned around, the exact position of Rudolph's heart was pierced by the gold snake. It was all happening in an instant. Rudolph sung, and after the gold snake pierced Rudolph, it swooped down to the floor, drawing a beautiful spiral coiled itself around Kyrie's legs and crawled up her chest. And just like Rudolph, it pierced the exact location of her heart. And all that happened in an instant, and it pierced Rudolph and then Kyrie. So they died, jumped to their knees, and fell over at the same exact time. What's this? Talk about overwhelming, ha ha ha. Ridiculously easy, isn't it? Yeah, ha ha ha. This is the kind of furniture I need, way different from predecessors, almost second-hand furniture. Come on, bring their corpses here. I'll keep reviving them until I'm bored, and I'll try killing them in a brutal way as I can think of. To think about being no witch could be so much fun. Taking a life could be so much fun. From the time humans are born, the most shocking action they could take is the murder of another human. It's only natural that humans can't understand how pleasurable it can be to break this taboo. But she was no longer a human, she was a witch. And there were some pleasures that only witches could understand. By now she had toasted those pleasures. Tasted those pleasures, and was totally immersed in them. After learning the contents of the forbidden pot were honey, she could no longer live without them. No, maybe the contents were honey because they were forbidden. Anyway, by killing humans gruesomely and doing it over and over, she could feel the drug-like pleasure even now. As the witch rolled over laughing, the gold snake that had just been shot returned as though being reeled in, and the two people were pinned and dragged along. Witch's orders had been fulfilled. Rudolph and Carrie had been killed instantly, and their corpses had been carried back. Chester's 45 and 410 ordered execution complete. We await your next order, great lady bitches. Please, your orders. I'm babysitting the playing online games with you. To shooting you down in a space shuttle. We'll take care of everything. It looks like these two are sacrifices for the fourth or fifth Twilight, so in the end I'll need those worthless Seven Sisters, or are they Five Sisters now? I need those guys to pierce and gouge your forehead and the chest. I can do that at the very end. I'm free to play in any way until then, alright? Wait. Have you already forgotten what I've told you? Oh, gee, predecessor Sama, do you have any complaints? Of course I do. You're doing whatever you please, aren't you? Why have me follow my directions? What's wrong with doing as I please, predecessor Sama? Anyway, I don't plan on deviating from the rules of the ceremony in the slightest. I'll definitely clean these two corpses up later and drive sticks into the forehead and chest. I'm telling you that's not the problem. If you act so undignified and cruel, some people might take it badly. You mean you're pointing that gang, the one that you're supposedly fighting against somewhere? Ronald told me. Damn it, that blubber mouth. Well, to be perfectly honest, that's how it is. If you go a little too far, I'm that person who object, you see. Okay, if this person just comes to me directly instead, can you take a message? That coward. Well, this is a resident of a different world from here, so there's no choice but to use me as an intermediary. Well, that's beside the point, but which means that the person could interact with me even if they wanted to, and I can interact with them even if I wanted to. Simply put, there's a completely unrelated person from a world like distant, right? Indeed, for example, perhaps you could say these worlds are very close parallel lines. The distance between them is quite small, but because the lines are parallel, they will never cross. But now that should be a convenient way for you to view that world. They never cross, which means that world has nothing to do with me. If you're speaking from that person, when you tell them to show restraint, please pass this message on to them. To them, what should I say? It's none of your business, so disappear your old tag. If only you just give up and die. What? Oh, I'm sorry, since it was a friend of yours, I just assumed she'd be a woman. My old tag, I'm definitely not talking about you, predecessor Sama, so please don't get mad at me. Cackle, cackle. When she spoke, the witch was looking straight into Beto's eyes. Anyone in person would be able to tell what she meant by it. Predecessor Sama, there's something I find really strange. Why do you have to play a game with someone from another world and have them accept that you're a witch? I've also said that it's because making all humans accept the existence of witches is a prerequisite of perfect control. There was a single holdout who simply wouldn't accept me as a witch. Why would you need the proof of a human? Witches are witches, they can use magic, so why should we need to be acknowledged by humans? Well, like I said earlier, magic is, I am a witch, I can use magic without anyone's approval. In particular, so what's your point? In this world, right? However, step for someone who accepts it, I don't know how to explain it. I don't need you to, after all, is it about a different world that never crosses this line? In other words, that world might not as well exist. You're fighting a game in another world is absolutely nothing from telling me about your stuff in your imagination. I'll say it again. And it's nothing to do with me, and I'm already a witch. Predecessor somehow or another assumes that you can't become a witch as long as this person doesn't acknowledge you, but I'm different, even though no one has acknowledged me. I'm an excellent witch already. Since you are my predecessor, I'm going to formally pay you respect, but as out of kindness, not out of duty. I won't ask you for your advice anymore because I clearly know what I should do and how I should play from now on. So I'll carry out the murder of 30 people as final act of respect for you. However, there is absolutely no reason for you to interfere with the methods I use or what I do afterwards. Therefore, I'll be counting on you in that regard. And at a glance, those words seemed obedient, but they contained within them a clear parting of ways. She was no longer under Beto's care in any way, and that's what she was saying, clearly saying nothing more than don't get in the way of my fun. Beto understood that, and was dejected, realizing that no matter how much she complained, she wouldn't be able to make the witch understand. I see, and it's no longer my problem. Go and learn with your own body how magic ceases to exist and lose respect for it. I wish you told me what the respect was and the care for rampage grew up until now. After hearing that, Beato could not respond because she remembered hearing exactly the same thing from her teacher. Okay, now chase her sister, see after my predecessor on her way back. Nehehe, predecessor, someone please leave this place. If you don't, we'll be scolded. Throughout her body, Beato felt something unstable from their chase sisters, which could only be described as an impressive sensation. Most likely they were initiating firing calculations. It was not too much like taking on a gun and cocking it. Even Beto could not escape from the Chaser sisters' attacks without any preparation. In the past, she had placed her greatest trust in them, so she knew how terrifying they were down to their very soul. Predecessor Sama, if you would retire, I would not recommend damaging Beatrice Sama's mood any further. Predecessor Sama, I understand. I shall leave for now. I'll watch over the end you eventually reach at my leisure. It was almost infinitely close to a parting shot, so after Beto vanished, the witch and her friends doubled over laughing. Well, I do understand, endless power is fun. The joy of freely toying with an extremely limited life cannot be explained by those who have not tasted it. I can understand the feeling of being possessed with a pleasure similar to drugs. It must be quite fun judging by your antics in the past. Are you saying it's just like when you tried to admonish me in the past over and over and I did not listen? Why have you started to try scolding that child for her actions? Well, there's a single large difference between you and that child. That child might already be a witch. Of course, you're also a witch, at least in the world on top of the game board. However, to be acknowledged as the witch in the world outside the game board, you need to have bad luck on your opponent in this game acknowledge you. You must have understood that when you started the game. I thought that if I could show off a role and to prove that I'm a witch, blow away his desire to deny me, make him surrender, he would acknowledge me as a witch. It all went my way last time, so I thought he was just a breath away. It's actually the opposite. Battler and Cohen was disgusted by your brutality. He did not step up as a player because he acknowledged you as a worthy opponent. It was based on a strong animosity. He has resolved to completely deny the existence of a brutal witch. And here, for in addition, you probably felt that Battler's cutting acceptance of his role as your opponent was a first step towards making him acknowledge you as a witch. However, it was actually the opposite. Battler couldn't challenge you in this game because he was absolutely determined not to acknowledge you. No matter how hard the thoughtless north wind blows, the traveler only wears his cloak even tighter. You were committing a huge error from the very beginning. This game is not tortures that make Battler Cotton surrender. It is a test in which you must try to make Battler Cotton accept you. Ooh, I vaguely noticed that the last game was a tough one for Battler, but as it seems you've already noticed, this game is a tough one for you. But what should I do from now on? Think about it for yourself. Further, generally, you have already given your pieces on the game board to the new witch. You should have plenty of time to reflect upon yourself. But Battler's already a mass of hostility to me. And he won't accept witches, so he won't accept me. In that case, what can I do to make him accept me? Are you saying that the north wind doesn't work when I should shine on him as a sun from now on? Me after all this time? It's October and now, the Halloween season. It's the month of rebirth. When the sun dies and is revived again, when the sun is weak right after reviving, it may not reach far through the cold winter winds. However, it slowly grows and eventually able to hail the coming of spring. At that time, the traveler may even fold up his cloak. Are you saying that I've been mistaken? The beautiful hall of the Ushomiya mansion was covered with gold sparkle like gold leaves and stained deep red thick spurts of blood. The number of deaths given to Rudolph and Kari had long surpassed anything you could count on your both fingers and your toes. The witch was breathing so hard her shoulders shook, but it wasn't because she was tired. She just couldn't hide her ragged breath because by her still uncontainable excitement. Not funny things to do as I will with people's lives and deaths. With the power of the endless wish, the endless everything, the pain with the mind becomes reality. No matter how sloppy I master them, I can revive them and return them to normal just a snap of my fingers. Because in the end, I just have to restore the corpses and call the epitaph as an afterthought. Hey, you guys, have you ever sliced a stuffed animal stomach open? Never. And he, what about you, 45? No, I've never done it. My apologies. That's understandable. Normally you wouldn't, especially not if it's a stuffed animal you like. But I've always thought about it. I always thought you about peeking in and seeing what was packed inside the fluffy stuffed animal I loved. If you cut it and looked inside, your curiosity might be quelled, but the stuffed animal will be broken. So even though you want to see, you can. You understand that feeling, right? And the power of the endless wish could really grant that wish. As I am now, I can slice the stuffed animal all I want. And yet the bit of magic I can return to normal and revive it. In other words, it means I've broken all limitations in this world. As I am now, I don't have to hesitate or give up any idea or anything. That joy, it's probably no one could understand it, no one other than me, the Golden Witch. As the witch let out a manic war cry, she revived Rudolph and Kari again, and faster than I could realize it, she killed them right away. She made it known that something other than cotton was something said this too. Quit it, Eva. Huh? Ah, shoot, how long have we been there? In gruesome hall, Hideyoshi appeared with his gun ready. The witch had slowed up the mansion at the barrier, so Hideyoshi didn't know where to run. He probably picked up the Rudolph so Kari's gun and came back. The gun, which had been something to be feared, was apparently no longer an object she took seriously now that she was overflowing with magical power. Her bold expression didn't flinch in the slightest. Why did you have to kill Rosa Samurai, Chen, Rudolph, and Kari-san, huh? I'm the head of the Ushomiya family, the Witcher Book and G. My everything not personal silence, all up to me. Whether they happen to be alive or dead at any particular moment, this time is meaningless to me. You went mad after finding Father's gold. Just how high must that gold have been piled? I can't even imagine it. It must have been enough to steal away your sanity, but if there was that much gold, why didn't you think of graciously splitting it up? You must understand, if all that belongs to the Golden Witch, no one is qualified to touch you except me. Yeah. What are you? No, tell me that thing Eva told me about long ago, the witch Eva from when she was young. That's right, I know me from years as a girl who's been living in the heart of your wife, Ushomiya Eva, this whole time. And I'm a witch. Eva became an adult for by forgetting me, so she couldn't use magic. All the kids get their heads full of innocent but cruel ideas sometimes. When I was young, I sometimes go around stepping on ants and pulling wings off dragonflies. However, I learned the importance of life and graduated from that cruel childhood age. Right now, you really are a child personality that I know Eva graduated from. Now, personality is an Eva. It's a completely different human. That's right. I am not Ishami Eva. I'm the Golden Witch Beatrice. It's so fun not being bounded by any limitations, and the pleasure of being able to do as I will with my life and death is truly wonderful. I don't have to apologize for breaking a goldfish bowl, and I can tear stuffed animals up as much as I want. There was a crisp sound. It was the first sound of Hideyoshi slapping the witch's face. Looking at the hall, staying deeper out the fresh blood, he should have been able to imagine how terrible the witch was. But without fear, without even hesitating, Hideyoshi had walked determinedly up to her and hit her on the cheek. You fool, don't act like you're cruel, not when you're really a coward and a weakling. I'll corrupt that evil nature of yours again if I have to. You fool, you fool. Ow, ouch, hey. You're a woman who understands how important, how fragile life is, aren't you? I'll make you remember. What are you calling the witch, you stupid fool? You're my wife, Ushami Eva. If anything, you're a witch of the kitchen who can always make the perfect snacks that have refrigerator leftovers in a flash. When you open your eyes, you fool. Didn't I just tell you that I'm not Ushami Eva? You stupid fool, you. As tears dripped on his face, Hideyoshi kept hitting the witch's head. He wasn't even pointing at the gun at her anymore. Therefore, the sound of the gunfire could not come from the gun Hideyoshi was holding. The gun, which had fallen in the corner near Rudolph's corpse, was floating in the air, and smoke lingered near the barrel. In the bullet, a red stain slowly spreading across the chest section of Hideyoshi's vest. And his back was facing the barrel of the gun, as the bullet had driven through Hideyoshi's chest. Like I said, I'm not Eva. What a stupid, annoying man. You're a pain, so I'll switch the sacrifice of the sixth twilight to you. If you'd only just hidden under the sun bed, shaking or something, I'm planning on letting you go. But I know you in all the trouble of coming back. You really are a stupid man. Thunk. There was a dull sound until Yoshi fell to the floor. Even though death would have allowed him to escape from that pain, he resisted until the last second. His staring straight into the witch's eyes, he passed away. Because he had died without closing his eyes, the witch didn't realize that he was dead for a short while, and remained pained by that gaze. Should we make this one a new toy and play? He had those words, of which finally realized that he was dead. Yeah, right, what do we do? The choices just waited for instructions. On the inside, they imagined the sorts of even more brutal orders their master might give. But the expression that rose to the witch's face looked as though she had gotten over her excitement. She looked down on Hideyoshi's face, with just still tears dripping out of it, down it. Such a killjoy, and it's all this guy's fault. I'm done. Run over, you there? Yes, right here. Take care of the cleanup. I'll bet the predecessors on makes a fuss over this one, please, but clean enough for that old hag to accept. I guess I'll follow the rules of the ceremony out of the sense of obligation to the predecessor Sama. Treat these three corpses as the fourth through sixth twilights. Lucifer, it's your turn. Lucifer, pride right here. Dig into these corpses' throats and gouge them into corpses. That's right. Got a problem with that? No. His town sisters of Purgatory had their own sort of pride. It was the pride of a hunter, the pride of a gouging prey that they had brought down themselves. However, being able to gouge a corpse that someone else had brought down ran contrary to that sentiment. Of course, the witch didn't mean it by the way, but for the seven sisters, it was horribly humiliating. However, they had already screwed this up with two of the sisters defeated, so they had no right to question her. Only Ronav appreciated this, and he rested his hand on her shoulder, trying to understand. Okay. This is an order from Major Salmon Lucifer. Carry out these three and dispose of them in accordance with the etiquette of the ceremony. Then, when you are done, lend me a hand with the cleanup. Certainly. The witch looked down upon Hideyoshi's corpse as though implying that now the delicate atmosphere was all Hideyoshi's fault. Stupid man, and you didn't even have to die. Dear. Dear, where are you? You're there, right? Answer me. The crash of a thunderbolt woke Eva from her nightmare. I feared she had been gripping her hand at the time. Her fearful heart would have been instantly healed. However, Hideyoshi supposedly sworn that he wouldn't leave him for a moment, was nowhere to be seen in the room. Dear, answer me. Dear. What? Okay, guys. I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys later.